All right, so I just wanted to say something. Um, let me change this maybe. I don't know if it's picking my voice up that good or not. Anyways, I just wanted to say this. I don't know if I'm the only one or if there might be others out there. Um, Once you get past judging my appearance and how I talk and how I sound and ridicule me for every little piece of things that I'm not doing right, whatever. So let's get that out of your system first. And then if you're still here after all that, you can pause the video, take enough time if you want. I'm just so used to being kicked while I'm down. Um, all right. So, full disclosure, this video is not for the lighthearted or the snowflakes or the generational people, whether you be any generation, any age of group of person that's alive right now. Uh, if you need Preparation H, I suggest pausing this video, going to your local corner store, and purchasing said tube of Preparation H because your holes are probably going to get red, sore, and irritated just by the words that are coming out of my mouth, not by the actions that would actually cause something like that. But, anyways, getting to the point, I've seen time and time again on CNN, NBC, Fox News, um, Forbes, which I believe is from Australia. I watch every single segment of news that I can, everyone, regardless if they're extremely right wing or all the way left wing. Okay. I think that's stupid of them to be biased on one side or the other, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, moving forward, I've seen this said on every one of them. One side is a threat to our democracy. Okay. So only that side. Only that side makes mistakes. Only that side is extreme for wanting to maintain what we have had for almost 3 centuries. They're extreme. They deserve to get beat on, but then get called out for inciting violence when we ask the right questions. We don't know anything. Where all these different isms in the book, ISM. I'm going to change my name legally to I as my first name, S as my middle name, and M is my last name because every ism that I've been called and labeled, every ism that's known right now, whether it be ratism or Trentism or phobe, I've been called that because of my belief system. I've been it's the way that my individual free will opinion and beliefs. I mean, I don't see anybody going up to a homosexual and say, you can't be with that type of person. You have to be with the opposite. I don't see anybody doing that. I don't see anybody going out and saying you have to only be with the person that looks like you. You get what I'm saying? That looks like you. I don't see that happening anymore. But then World War Five, the fuck was 3 and 4, starts when you don't trust what the White House is saying. It's all been labeled a conspiracy. Where's the evidence? If you bring evidence, then it's never good enough. Like it's almost like you have to physically take that person that will not believe the evidence, that will believe what the words are being said on the television set and on their phone screens through the internet, which is highly manipulatable, mind you. It's not as secure as y'all think it is. It's called the World Wide Web for a reason. It means that when you put it in there, it is in there worldwide, like worldwide, not citywide, not countywide, not statewide, not countrywide, world. That means full spectrum, full circle. You throw it to the east, it's gonna not be too long for it smacks you in the ass coming from the west. You understand what I'm saying? It's not private. But anyways, and it's manipulatable. I mean, there's so much misinformation that's being poisoned through our internet connection. I mean, literally what it is. It makes you sound like you're a fool and a nut and a crazy person for trying to explain it all. But I'm being rational here, man. If somebody comes into a bank with a gun to rob it, okay, are you not going to say what happened step by step? Are you going to like alter the events that happened? Or are you going to pretty much say what the camera picks up? You were standing right there, you watched what happened. You wouldn't lie under that. So why lie for other shit? That's what I'm saying. But getting to the main point, if you got this far, thank you. Because my channel ain't that big and I'm not out here looking for clout. I'm just sitting here saying the truth. And if I end up getting famous, I don't want y'all to come up and talk to me. I don't want any of that. I don't want paparazzi. I would go to jail because I would shove that camera so far up the cameraman's ass. Every time he sneezed, he'd be taking another scene. It'd be like cut, take one, achoo, cut, take two. You understand what I mean? Like, I don't want that. I wanted a simple, easy life. But unfortunately, I got what I got, which is not very easy. It's been very painful. It's been a very hard, long, drug out process that doesn't make any sense 99% of the time. And so years later, just about a decade later, like it took me 12 years to process all of the trauma that I went through when I was 20. I'm 31. The mileage is not always good. Um, but anyways, I've seen this a lot. It's a threat to our democracy. A threat to our democracy. What person do you know that is in front of you that you could go up to and talk to, like your family, your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues at work, your bosses, the local police? Do they physically have control over what is going on? No. The only people that have control over democracy is the leaders. So if you want the truth, the biggest threat to our way of life, all of the sacrifices that have been made for us to have the rights that we do and within our borders, the amount of limbs and lives lost. Um, our leaders are the biggest threat to our democracy. Our leaders are the biggest threat to our national security, and our leaders control everything. I like, and a lot of people say, well, somebody's controlling them. You absolutely better guarantee they are. I wouldn't put it past all of these huge corporations, and the shoe fits wear it. If you're a small mom and pop store, that's not at all what's going on right now. You're not sending 100 million to fucking some politician somewhere anytime soon, at least. So you're out, you're not in this. It's bigger places. And we all know what I'm talking about. Big companies. Okay. They are most definitely, they have their hands in every pie going on. And I wouldn't put it past other governments tying into it. I mean, when will enough be enough? How much more people have to suffer through another 4 years of bullshit? I'm waiting on another fucking, Rona to come out because we only got a few fucking weeks, maybe like what, 2 or 3 months. I mean, we've got a third of a year left until we're going to have to reelect someone. And Biden, I feel bad for him. That man needs professional help. Okay, professional help. And he's just the face. He's the scapegoat. What's going on runs deeper than him, than just face value. You understand what I mean? Biden ain't done shit in his 60 years of being a politician, and he ain't doing shit now as a president. He never fucking will. He's got no balls. Absolutely no balls. But the people under him do, and that's who's fucking shit up. I wouldn't put it past it to be something to do with that flight log from, who I'm talking about, Epstein. uh, Good old Mr. Jeff, old Jeffrey, you know. But at one time he felt like King Joffrey. You know what I mean? Had all these wealthy motherfuckers coming to my island of little kids. Ain't that something? I bet he felt like he's king shit for there for a while. But anyways, the reason why they will not release that flight log is because who's on it? Why? I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know. Hell, I guess nowadays you must be a licensed mechanic to be able to operate a motor vehicle. So anyone that is driving around right now that is not a licensed mechanic, you're not qualified to turn that key, in my opinion, because that's pretty much what is being said. You don't know what you're talking about, you're not qualified for it. So you have to be a mechanic to operate a motor vehicle then. That would fuck a lot of people's days up. How the hell you gonna get to work? Most of y'all drive to work. Y'all can't walk. There ain't enough buses. There ain't enough seats on buses to take everybody to work. Hell, y'all wouldn't even get to work on time. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if you don't have to be a licensed mechanic to operate a motor vehicle, why do you gotta be overqualified to tell the truth and have people actually take what you're saying as the truth? Actually look into it themselves if they have any doubts. I mean, it's the same thing with this flat earth crap. Like, why? Why? What the hell? You know? I mean, that's just, there's so much, there's just too much lies going on. So when the truth is spoken, it's never loud enough due to all of the vibrations of every lie out there. It gives it a way for people to make an excuse up to not trust the truth, but believe all of these lies over here in their own way because this shit's so confusing. It's so confusing. I mean, I don't see the point in all this. Overusing something that's not happening, you're going to make it happen. If you keep talking about, you know, One day I'm going to drive my car over a nail and my tire's going to go flat while I'm driving down the highway. If you keep saying that, keep saying that, it might not happen right away, might not happen next week, might not happen 2 months from now. But you best believe you're going to run over a fucking nail eventually, and you're going to be driving on the highway and your fucking tire's going to go flat. I mean, you know, just saying. History repeats itself. We all know that. Why can't we trust the fucking history books anymore? I mean, we knew it. We all know what happened in Germany through the 1920s, through the 1930s, on up to the early 40s. Okay, we all know what happened. We all know how they implemented um, certain speech to be against um, a democratic fascist. I mean, even if you look at the history of our own nation, the Democrats were literally the ones that was on the Confederates' side. The Republican Party was founded by freed slaves, which I hate to burst y'all's bubble. If all people of my complexion are racist, how did then why does the Underground Railroad exist? Who the fuck do you think went through the Underground Railroad to go down to the South to take slaves off the plantations and farms, travel them back through the Underground Railroad up to the North where they were free, where they could go and do what they please. They didn't get beaten, they didn't get worked with no pay. They could actually go get a job and get a paying job, a wage for their labor, just like the rest of the people were doing up there. Who in the fuck do you think did that? Did you know that, yes, there were people of my complexion hung on trees for helping slaves, but yet we are all the same, right? Every one of us. And that isn't racism, that's reverse, which is doesn't exist. It's either this is happening or that's happening. Okay? You know, everything in this existence, everything in the cosmos, the stars, the galaxies, space and time, everything that we can physically reach with our imaginations has a positive and a negative effect simultaneously. Until people stop labeling themselves as this group or that group and start seeing each other as human beings and starts treating each other like human beings, humanity will always fall short. We will always be rebuilding on the ruins of the people before who tried. I'm just saying, man, this is absolutely the truth. You know, and for me to be able to have my eyes wide open and see that and see my community around me burning, civil unrest throughout the entirety of my nation, knowing that who's to say how long we're going to have the United States government? They might still call themselves that, but they sure enough fuck ain't gonna act like that. And I get it. Living in capitalism is rough because you need to have money to be able to make money. And if you don't have money, you pretty much can't do anything because everything has a price. Everything. You need money to live. You need money to survive. Or somebody has to give up theirs so you can. Like these food banks, how do you think they get the food? How do you think they get um, money to be able to give assistance? Where do you think all this comes from? It's from other people, society as a whole. That's where it comes from. Where do you think your disability check comes from? It comes from taxes. Where do you think your food stamp money comes from? It comes from taxes. And that's a little bit of money, chump change that our leaders decided to throw down the line. Well, you best believe they took the big chunk of it. All right. We don't deserve that. Our leaders are killing us. Our leaders are doing this shit. You know, it's not this group or that group. It's not Israel and Hamas. It's not Russia and Ukraine. It's not China and Taiwan. It's not North Korea and South Korea. It's not Saudi Arabia. It's our own leaders. They're the threat to everything. But y'all keep voting these fuckers in, or you keep allowing them to be voted in. January 6th was a joke. An absolute fucking joke. And it's just stupid, man. Like Best Buy. How does Best Buy control what this fucking politician did, what this cop did to this person? What is Wendy's doing? What is people that live in a nice house with a gated property? What are they doing? They ain't controlling none of this shit. You really want to make a difference, you go to the courthouses. You raid them. You go to these buildings and you do that. Because I guarantee you, if every single courthouse in every county across America, with the time zone changes and everything, if we all came together, because this is what they're afraid of, because we would win. They don't have enough people to combat all of us. Why do you think we're so separated? And they want segregation back again. They want us to be segregated. They don't want us to embrace everybody and accept everybody. They want us apart. They want us fighting. They want us struggling. They want us 10 steps behind while they're 40 steps ahead of where we're 10 steps behind on. You understand what I mean? They want that. That's what they want. Why do you think they're so fucking corrupt? Why do you think every politician that's sitting in Congress right now, whoever has the most money, oh, they'll fucking run to because they want that money. Why do you think our news groups are saying two different fucking things? Every one of them are saying different shit about the same goddamn thing. Why do you think all this shit is happening? It's because our government's doing it to us. You can't trust this fucking government. They legally can lie to you and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. About anything. Anything. It doesn't matter what it's about. You could ask them, hey, how does this, dress look on? They can lie to you. They'd be like, oh, well, I'm not at liberty to say. That's harder than just saying, it looks fat. You need to change. Or, no, that looks great. You can wear that one. You understand what I mean? Like, why can't y'all be direct? I mean, just enough is enough, dude. Like, we have a U.S. Constitution for a fucking reason. It's written that way for a fucking reason. It's not meant to be changed. There doesn't need to be anything added to it or taken away from it. They don't need to be revamped and revised to modern times. No, you got to take those at face value. They're not written in acronyms. They're not written in fucking hymns. They're not written like poetry. They're written directly. And I don't understand why no one understands that anymore. why no one really cares. You should definitely care because if you don't, your way of life will be altered and you will not like it. You might be content where you are right now at the moment, but go ahead, live your life not giving a fuck. And guess what's going to happen? Somebody more bigger, more stronger, more intelligent, and more powerful than you is going to literally force you into doing slave type shit. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're going to be beat in the back with a whip. What it means is you're going to be working hellish hours. You're not going to have enough money to do anything. You're going to watch everyone else be able to go to that party. But knowing that you can't, you can't attend that. You can't experience that. You have to sit out in the cold. You have to sit out in the rain. You have to sit out in the heat. You have to sit out all day on the curb. And there's no help for you. No one is going to help. The only one that's going to help you is you. But God forbid if you did anything for yourself, because then you're going to be put in shackles and thrown in a cage like an animal. Just saying. The way everything works is just like it works on a farm. You have certain animals and you have certain things that you need to do for them animals. Them animals have certain things they need to be dealt with on a day-to-day basis. Certain animals used for certain things. They have a purpose. And I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking sheep. I'm a human being. I'm no different than the asshole that's sitting in the office at the White House right now. I'm no different than him. I need the same exact fucking food to eat and drink. I need the same food and water. I need sleep. I need interaction. I need shelter. I need entertainment. I need a purpose. The only thing that's different is my label. The only thing that's different is my appearance and my label in the world. That's the only difference. How is certain people more important than than other people when we're all the same? So a percentage of the population is always expendable compared to a selective few. You get what I'm saying? And I mean few. Count them on one hand, few. There's billions of fucking people on the planet. Billions. But yet only barely a tenth of a percent of all human beings that are walking on this earth, breathing, eating, shitting, and sleeping matters. Not even a percent of the population matters. You understand that? That's the truth. This ain't no sugar cookie. No rainbows and butterflies. No lollipops and suckers. All right, this is raw. This is the truth. And if you can't see it, then you still have your eyes closed. Can't see it for what it is. But this is my video. I guarantee no one's gonna watch 29 minutes of footage just because I don't matter that much. And I never will, and I don't give a shit if I do or not. I ain't mattered my entire existence up until now. Ain't like it's gonna change in the next day or two, next hour. It ain't like it's gonna change next year. I'm never gonna be anything more than who I am right now, where I am right here. And I don't want to be anything anymore than I am. I just want to be me. Whether you accept me as for me or not is on you. I don't control your fucking emotions. I don't control your feelings. You do. I control my own. So hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And peace.